How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and ignore the background. I am re-recording my intro because I didn't like how it came out last time. I'm not in the best scenery. I mean, we got my bike here amongst the other dumpsters. But today we have a lot going on. We are going to be covering what happened with the Mustang. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that it broke down. Big things coming. It's gonna change the way the build is just overall, so stay tuned for that. But then we're also gonna go and work on the Supra. We're gonna pull the valve covers, strip them, paint the engine bay. We got a lot going on today, so let's go and knock it out. All right, well, here she is. We finally made it. So let me show you guys what's going on. Okay, so we have the bumper removed. For some reason my camera is acting stupid, but there we go. Bumper is inside. Let me go ahead, pop the hood, and show you guys what's going on.
Just go. Go ahead. No, just go. You go.
So underneath the hood looks fine. As you can see, if we look closer, I don't have my belt on for the whole supercharger drive system and all that stuff, so that's taken out. But yeah, like the first thing we noticed was there's no holes in the side of the block. So when we were standing there, when we had plenty of hours to stand there, when we were standing there looking at it, we noticed there's no holes, and underneath it, there's no oil coming out. So I was like, okay, that's kind of a good sign and all. But we noticed, and hopefully it'll focus, if you look right down there, you see little black specks all around kind of this pulley. There's some more down there. Hopefully it'll focus. But all those little black specks is melted rubber. And if you actually look at the grooves on the supercharger pulley itself, there's rubber in the grooves, which is no bueno. So obviously with the belt on, we didn't see those, but we did see the black specks around there, and that's not a good sign. Took off the belt, and you cannot spin this. If the starter can't spin it, then my mere human hand is not going to spin this. But the motor does turn on, and I'll show you that. So if we look, make sure car is in neutral, put the clutch in, go ahead, power on, everything does turn on. Car turns on, there goes the screen. I guess it wants the engine to actually be running. And it's idling fine, and I have no trouble codes. So clearly, it's not the motor. Now I don't want to leave it running for very long because that whole belt system isn't hooked up, so I have no water pump and no power steering, which is not good. Anyways, so it is good news, but still bad news. This is the second time a supercharger has kind of messed up on me. I believe my F1A, when I had the 3-valve setup, it fucked up on me once. So superchargers 0 and 2 on this one, but I think this one was just a little bit of a dud, and I do have some plans to make sure that the block doesn't pop. Anyways, so this got me thinking. It obviously scared the living shit out of me because, one, I don't want to pop the block, and two, I didn't want my car to be down for another year. If you guys remember, it took about a year for the whole swap to go down, and it's not because of the shop, but it was like gathering parts and doing all that. So I didn't want the car to be down for a whole nother year. So I'm thinking, and it's just a thought, that while the blower is off and under warranty, I'm gonna go and have them pull the motor, and we're gonna build the block or put in a built block. I'm still deciding which route I wanna go, but either way, I think I'm gonna build the block. That way it can handle this number safely. I don't know if I'm gonna turn it up much more past what it is doing because I'm happy with how it's performing. It's already having traction issues. I don't need any more traction issues. So I'm thinking toss in a new built block, toss on the same blower, and see what it'll do. And maybe turn it up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. It's already a monster. It doesn't need to be an overkill monster. It's already plenty fun, and I'm enjoying it. So let's go ahead and let's go check out the Supra and see how that is doing. All right, guys, well, I already started sort of taking care of the motor. I already drained the oil. I just did that, and I'm looking for where the oil is coming from, and it looks like majority of it is coming from the bottom pan seal right here. It's just a silicone seal, so I'm guessing that's one of the major issues. Also, my dipstick, the O-ring on that is completely destroyed, so the dipstick seal right in there is gone or trashed. So, but a lot of it looks like it is coming from that oil pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that cleaned up because I'm gonna turn it over. Sorry, I want it to focus. I'm gonna turn it over and just start taking off all of the easy stuff. Well, actually, I'll start up here. I'll take off this cover and the front covers because if you look at the front of it, it's, come on, focus, there we go. It's really nasty all the way around, like really fucking nasty, like garbage. So that's bad. And then over here, I took out the firewall insulation and I just ordered up some good shit. So when that comes, we'll be doing that. And then I gotta prep the engine bay, paint it. wire tuck it, all that stuff, not in that order because that wouldn't make sense, and then we're good to go. Valve covers are off, and they look kind of dirty. Now I'm not too worried because, I mean, sometime next year I should be building a 2J, but even underneath the valve cover, it looks a little dirty. It looks like the previous owner didn't really change his oil all too often because there's a little gunk here and there. Now what I'm going to try to do is when I get this all assembled, maybe I'll run a couple come on, focus camera. I'll run a couple, I guess, flushes of Royal Purple through it. You know, run it for 1,000 miles, flush it. Run it for 1,000 miles, flush it. And hopefully some of this debris and gunk gets loosened up. I can't really do anything while it's like this because I don't want to disturb it and have it fall places where it shouldn't. So I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to wrap that in saran wrap and flip it over. I'm going to start cleaning all of this nasty oil off because it looks like fucking trash. Just, it's so dirty. So I'm going to wrap that, flip it over. I'm gonna go get some aircraft strippers so I can take the paint off, and then I can send these off to get polished because that being polished will look great. That's obviously polished. Did I even show you guys the headers? One second. I got the headers ceramic coated, so they look bomb. I have the rear turbo housing ceramic coated, so that looks fucking fire. All of that is just going to add up and just make this engine bay pop. And then once all of this is nice and fresh, it's just gonna look like a whole new car. All right, I applied the aircraft stripper and it's already going to town. I'm gonna let that sit for like 20-ish minutes. I mean, it's already working, so I don't think it's gonna take too long if that'll focus. It's already doing wonders to the valve cover, so that's gonna make the polishing process a whole lot easier. God, my camera's acting so stupid today. Anyways, now I'm gonna turn the motor over. Probably a shitload of oil is gonna come out, but we're gonna, oh no, actually, never mind. Now I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning the motor. So let's get a before and after. Here's the before, and I'll show you guys the after in a second. This shit is so satisfying. I already did one, so it did work, but I just have this brush that I was using to degrease the motor, and I cleaned it, so it's not all oily, but it just simply brushes right off, like brushes everything right off. So this stuff is pretty nasty to get on your skin, so I wouldn't recommend licking it or eating it, but it just comes right off. So I'm gonna brush it all off. Watch this, all that, just a little brushing and it'll all come off. So I'm gonna brush this all off and then go ahead and wash them down, and then I will send them out to get polished. All right, it's nighttime, but I got the paint stripped off. It's about 95% stripped. If I really wanted to, I can go on with a second coat, but they're gonna have to start sanding this anyway, so that saved them a lot of time and probably saved me a few bucks. So that's great, they look beautiful. The motor is clean-ish. Tomorrow I'm going to focus on deleting the ABS, get all that knocked out. All of those hard lines running along the firewall are gonna get yanked. The ABS module is gonna get yanked. I can put a beautiful catch can or something there. I'll be having my fab guy weld up the heater core plug right there, so it's gonna look super flush and super clean. I mean, this engine bay is just going to transform. Right now it looks like ass, but that's just because all of it is pulling apart. And it'll be coming together real soon. All right guys, so we're here working on the Supra, and I forgot to record some of it, but this is how it's looking right now. I had my boy Martin come and harness tuck the engine bay so it's all hidden. He even did up in here too, so this is all nice and gone, all hidden. The only things coming through are this wire right here, and on this side there's one wire that comes in right here and connects to the AC, but everything is getting cleaned up. I'm about to start sanding and masking off everything that I don't want to get painted. I'm gonna chop off these nipples right here, have my buddy come and weld those. So it's coming together. It is really coming together. I still got to get off that gooey shit. Slowly but surely with those, they're coming off, but it is coming together. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't film everything. I have over there the gold sheeting for the firewall, and then I have the turbo, no, not the turbo blanket, the wastegate blanket over there, along with some more gold tape so I can get in the little nooks and crannies, because I'm not going to pull off this. Fuck that. I'm not going to pull off this, so we're going to cut around it and make it look really, really good. But so far, so good. Minor things to do, and then we'll start painting. All right, so I'm like on a higher plane of existence. My brain is just too massive. Like, I should have entered the painting game long ago, at least the masking off game. So fucking check this out. So you see this? You see, I'm just too fucking smart. So you might think, well, Drew, all you did was put a red Solo Cup in that shit. Now, the red Solo Cup from factory, the factory modified red Solo Cup does not fit. But if you cut a slit in the red Solo Cup, if it'll focus, if you cut a slit in it like that, you can crimp it or compress it, and then it'll open up and it'll perfectly seal your towers. So it is perfectly sealed. Oh my god, I am just too big brained, just massive brain, gigantic brain on another plane. She doesn't seem too impressed by it, but I'm impressed by it, and I'm really happy with it. That is gonna make my life so much easier. All right, so I'm sweating my balls off, but here's how the Supra is looking at the moment. We got everything masked off. It is all prepped. I scuffed it with a Scotch-Brite, and then some of the rougher areas I went ahead and hit with some sandpaper, like down there. I got 90% of the goo off. You're not gonna see most of it anyways because my heat shield goes around there, but it's all gonna get painted anyways, so it's gonna look really clean. I masked off everything I didn't want to get painted, so like the AC lines, that would look kind of cheesy and cheap if it was just white. All of that, the steering shaft or the rack, whatever you want to call it. Sway bar, nice and covered up. So everything's covered. Now let's get spraying. So we're about 2 coats in. I'm gonna let this one dry a little bit more than the last coat. The first coat was kind of a tack coat. It's really hard to get into some of the angles, like down in there and down in there. I can't really reach, and the can won't let you spray while it's upside down. So the area behind the brake booster, like down in that crevice, it's pretty challenging to get to, but I'll get to it eventually. I'm gonna let this one dry for a bit longer. Like I said, I think like 15 minutes. We'll hit it with another 3rd wet coat and then another 4th wet coat. I'm gonna build it up pretty thick just because it is an engine bay. I want it to be a little bit more durable since, I mean, this is where I work, but you can see that's the new paint, that's the old paint back there, and it's a night and day difference. Now, I'm not painting that because I have the gold heat wrap, and I think it's a more of a thicker, yeah, it's a bit thicker than just a typical heat wrap, and that's because it's for actual firewall protection. So we have that, and then we have a little spool of it right here, along with the actual wastegate blanket. So we've got a lot of heat protection, goodies. But when this engine bay is all nice and clean, the gold wrap, the white engine bay, we're gonna have obviously the little black, I don't want to say accents, but there's gonna be black pieces. I took out all the grommets, so it's gonna look nice and clean and professional. And this should be a pretty good DIY paint job when all said and done. All right, so I just sprayed what I think is my last color coat or base coat, whatever you want to call it. It is fucking high. I don't know, I'm high as hell in here. I didn't wear a mask. I'm an idiot. The garage is open. I didn't wear a mask, and every time I was letting it dry, I did clear out, but I just got done spraying. I'm lightheaded as balls. Probably not the smartest thing, but we got coverage everywhere. It is nice and white. All of the little areas that I was worried about look really nice. That whole panel, that whole, my bad, frame rail looks really nice. The whole wheel well or whatever looks nice. Again, I'm faded as hell from paint, so I don't know what I'm saying, but it looks really good. I might put it back down. It's on jack stands right now. I don't have the wheels on. So I might put it back down on wheels so I can actually climb in, because I can't climb over this without touching it. That way I can get into that area a little bit better because I couldn't really get there. Or I might just bend my thick, juicy ass underneath the condenser and then just try to spray it. But it looks really good. I got to go inside and see what the clear coat directions are, if I got to let this fully cure or just cure to the touch or what. So I got to go do that, and then we'll spray the clear coat. All right, so the last clear coat is on, and I wish I could do one more because they call for 3, but I did 2 really thick coats. Now I know you guys can't hear me, but I used an actual 2K max clear glossifier, so it's an actual 2K clear coat. Sorry, I'm gonna lift up my mask so you guys can hear me a little bit better. And it's wet, but it looks really, really glossy. It looks really, really nice. And I am breathing in all this chemical. I do have a makeshift mask on, which means a t-shirt, but it looks really good. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm gonna put the wheels on it and push it in. All right, guys, so one big mess later. Let's step over everything. And the engine bay is painted solid white. That's the OEM 040 super white or whatever they call it, and it looks beautiful. Like, ignore the firewall. That's getting the gold blanket, so that's gonna look beautiful as well. There's no need in painting it. I'm gonna cover it anyways. But like the glossiness, hopefully the camera's picking it up, but the glossiness of just like everything is just fucking, it's popping. So I'm gonna let it dry for a day or two before I even go and attempt the firewall, because realistically I gotta clean that and get it wet. So I want this clear coat to be nice and dry, but I am so happy with how glossy it looks. It looks beautiful. There's like, I don't know, like in areas there's like very little orange peel, like right there, there's very little orange peel. So it looks very nice, a lot happier with it than it was before. And I'm just, again, big transformation, very big transformation. So next off is the gold firewall, but I mean, I gotta have my boy Bryce chop and weld a plate over that, so that is gone. And then gold fucking plate it, you know, with real 24 karat gold. That'll look beautiful. And throw the motor back in, and I think we're pretty much good to go. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I am happy that the Supra is getting back together, especially with what happened with the Mustang, being able to finally drive a car again. I mean, I do have the McLaren over there, and my girlfriend, who isn't too happy because it is going on 1 in the morning, and we've been working on this car all day. Being able to drive the Supra though is it's just a really fun experience. So I'm really excited to get it all back together, drive it, and see how it does with all of the new heat protected parts or heat treated parts. I'm really excited for that. We'll see if it's more consistent run after run after run, because when these things get heat soaked, you are going to lose boost. But I'm just super happy that it's now becoming more of my build, and I'm doing my own little personal touches to make sure that it looks how I want it to look. So we still have the motor on the motor stand. I'm still waiting for the valve covers and the compressor housing to come back from polish, so that way I can toss those back on. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the motor over tomorrow, and then pull the oil pan and reseal all that, make sure that's all good to go. And then the motor is pretty much ready to be dropped in. I can start reassembling the exhaust side and everything like that. So it's pretty much ready to be dropped in. I'm excited for that. But yeah, I mean, it's coming a long ways. It's looking really good. I'm super excited. I still have a few minor things to do, but for the most part, I am just, like I said, I'm super excited to get this back together. Anyways, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, please let me know down in the comments down below. If you are excited to see the Supra finished, at least finished for my own personal taste, let me know down in the comments. Subscribe to see more videos like this one, and until next video, peace.